I feel like I'm starting to become more into a psychopath recently. So naturally I thought, what would kids' movies look like as horror movies? So that's what I'm doing today. Starting off with Finding Nemo. Nemo on a stick. With blood. In the ocean. Cool. So I searched a good looking ocean background, a Nemo PNG, Lord have mercy, what is that? A stick to elongate, a blood PNG, and the movie logo. I put everything I had together so far, and it's still not as ominous for me as I want it to be. So I decided to find some dark clouds and use the Photoshop magic to make it look real. And for the final touches, I made the logo black and red, darkened the area behind it, opened Nemo's mouth, stretched him a bit, and voila, Nemo on a stick. Coming to theaters near you. Cars. For cars, nothing really came to mind, so I decided to use reference for this one. I watched this one recently. This will do. I looked through some images of Lightning McQueen, picked out my favorite, remade the reference background to the best of my abilities. Couldn't find the box like the reference in the scene, so I just ripped it off, lol. I had the Cars logo, but it kind of just looked goofy, so I just wrote it in a creepy text. Then I started to think about how to make McQueen a horrifying entity to behold, so I made him match the scene's color, took his eyeballs and rolled them back, but they kind of just made him look like he was having a good time, specifically. So I just made his eye socket completely white. I tried stretching his mouth a bit, but again, it just looked like he was having a good time, specifically. So I searched up some monster chompers and stuck it right in his mouth. Yeah, that's good. And finally, I cleaned up the scene with some effects, with some brushes I didn't know I had, but worked really well. Made it blend with some noise for the final touches, and voila, Chomper McQueen. Coming to bite that. The Incredibles. For The Incredibles, I was actually inspired by the movie poster of Us. I never watched it, so I don't know if this is too violent or not, but you know. And I also wanted Violet to be at the center of it. So I went to Google to look for a 3D model of Violet. $7. Fair enough. Then I realized it wasn't even rigged, which is criminal since I paid for it. So then I just rigged it myself very angrily. I then took her into Unreal Engine where I would pose her like the person in the poster of Us. That was so many P's. And then afterwards rendering an image of her. I then took her into Photoshop where I proceeded to make a mask out of her own face. What a weird sentence. Then I noticed nothing looked creepy enough. So then I made her eyeballs on the mask black and made her look back at herself. I made the main Violet cry, have a creepy ass smile, added the title in the form of a horror text, added credits to the top and bottom for aesthetics. I still thought it wasn't creepy enough, so I made her eyeball smaller, added some final touches with some effects and noise, and voila, possessed of Violet. Your new sleep paralysis demon. Yeah, that's it for now. If you want to see more of this, let me know. And if you liked it, subscribe. Okay, bye.